Hello. Okay, so if you were watching the replay, which you know because you don't see this little red box, just go ahead and stop by and tell me hello, because I know a lot of people are because it's really late. And I usually don't do videos this late at all. But I am trying to get this hangnail. I am trying to see something. I just wanted to see something. So if you are with me and you're seeing this, go ahead and drop me a comment to let me know that everything's working. Like I said, I usually do not go live this late, so I'm sorry if a lot of people missed it. But I had something that I needed to talk about and wanted to go ahead and do it now, because once I fall asleep, I won't remember it tomorrow. So I look like crap. Join me. I'm sure everybody's in their PJs. My kids are still awake because we're on third shift schedule, so don't judge me. But I have some awesome stuff. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Valerie. Like I said, I've got a lot of really good stuff that I want to talk about, and I know it's late, I know it, but as people are laying down, they've got your phone in your hands, and you're already on Facebook, so why not do something to better your mindset while you're at it? So let me know that you're here. Hey, Kennedy. Hi, Valerie. So like I said, y'all excuse my nappiness. Hey, Tara. Okay, so we've got quite a few people on here now, so I think we're good enough. This whole thing, let me just start from the beginning, okay? So most of you that are on my Facebook have seen that I'm transitioning from pushing my unique. That does not mean that I'm done. I'm transitioning, putting them together. I have done a lot of personal development in the last couple of months, and it has motivated me to get my mind in a right place, and I want to give that to others, because there's a lot of people who struggle, and we all do it. We've all been there. We've all, been down, and we all know what it's like to feel that way. And I want people to know that they are not alone, that you do have somebody that you can come talk to. So while this is all going on, my growing, my process, I did want to, Leon's tired. Avery, read him that story, baby. I did want to reach out and, offer my advice. I'm no expert. I've not had any training or any schooling. This is just my perspective on what I went through and what I witnessed. So I'm transitioning, and I've got a Facebook page now. It is Brooke Parsons Cox. So it's a public page. It's going to be my business page. There will be no makeup, no selling, no nothing but positive messages, positive lives. But I knew that you would watch this here, so I haven't went live in that group yet. So it's still fairly new. We just created it last night. The first post was made today. We have over 100 and something followers with less than 24 hours. So to you. And we're excited. I say we, but it's me. I'm so excited to build up. And I'm not doing this for publicity. I'm not doing this for fame. Hey, Raven. A lot of it comes from knowing that what I went through and feeling alone during those times. That's the reason why I'm doing this. Because, yeah, I had family. Yeah, I had friends. Hey, Madison. But it's not the same unless you've had somebody that's on that level. You know what I'm saying? So we're transitioning. So if you haven't liked that page already, go ahead and like it, because we're going to be doing our positive lives from there. Hey, Carolyn. Or is it Caroline? Carolyn or Caroline? Hey, Josie. So that group is going to be more, you will see more of the positive videos and posts and everything like that on that page, even though it will all incorporate on my public page, like my personal page now. But my personal page will be filled with makeup and selling and stuff like that as well. So if you don't want the selling and you just want the page, I suggest that you go like it, share it, because you never know who is in that time or a place. I also have a send a message button. I was very skeptical about doing that, but let me tell you why I did do it. Somebody out there somewhere, more than one person, is going through something right now and needs a listening ear that's not going to judge them. So when you go to your family and you go to your friends, it's easy for them to brush you off, right? Right. So they're going to be there and they're going to tell you what you need to hear, but it's not going to, you feel like they tell you that because they have to. So you need an outsider, a complete and total stranger. So that's the reason why the message button is there. So my messenger is always open. Hey, Amy. I go on with that? And also, if there's something that you're going through and you want it to be talked about publicly, like you're thinking somebody else may be going through the same thing, I'm also doing requests. So anytime that you have something, an issue, a topic, or anything, you can message me. I tend to reply rather quickly. I'm up all hours of the night. I sleep until about 11, 12. So if you message me about 8:30 in the morning, don't expect me to message back until after lunch, okay? Because we are on third shift schedule. So if you have a topic, you can choose to have your topic talked about anonymously. Or you could have your name spoken. So say if Amy had a topic, say she's, whatever her topic is, she says, I would like for people to know that it's me. Then I'll go, okay, we have a request from Amy Rogers, and this is her request, and we're going to, give my thoughts on it. And again, I'm not a professional. I am just going through what I've been through. I'm not trying to be a psychiatrist or anything. I just want people to know that you're not alone. So that is the beginning. That is about what I'm doing. That for all of you that are like, okay, this happened really quickly. If you look on my Instagram, it is now a business page, and it says a public, I think it says public figure or public speaker. Probably public speaker. And I'm fixing to get my blog up and running, so that will be a daily post thing, and it'll probably be about the same that's on the on the Facebook page, the business group. Our hashtag for my group, anytime that you want to motivate somebody, or if you've got a positive comment or anything like that, my hashtag that has not been used yet is hashtag blissfully motivated. Okay, that is going to be what's posted on every video, every post, and I just love it. I fell in love with it at like 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. So that's the reason why I said once I go to sleep, I'm not going to remember this. So I had to go live now. So if you're watching the replay, sorry you missed me. I would have loved to have you here, but if you're watching me now, thank you. Okay, so this is one of the things that kind of popped into my mind. A lot of you on here, give me a heart if you are between the ages of 15 and 18. Give me a heart if you're above or in between the ages of 15 and 18. Give me a heart. I don't know who's on here, so I don't know your ages. What is the next one? Laughing? Is it the laughing face? Give me the laughing face if you are between the ages 19 and 25. The laughing face. Laugh at me if you're between the ages of 19 and 25. This is just kind of to get a little poll to figure out what age group I'm dealing with. Or you can comment your age and that'll do better. 13. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't give you enough age. Okay, but that tells me your age. So at least I know, about the age that I'm dealing with. Laughing face is 18 and 19 and 25. Okay. We're getting some numbers. And I'm not asking you to tell me your age, but if you can tell me a heart between the ages of, we'll drop it down to 13 to 18, and then laughing face from 19 to 25, and then the wow face from 25 and up. Because I don't know your ages. So we got 20, 13, and somewhere in between 19 and 25. So drop me your age if you're, if you're okay with it, or if not. Heart if you're between the ages of 13 and 18. Give me a laughing face if you're between the ages of 19 and 25. The wow if you're 25 or older. Okay. So now that I know what ages I'm dealing with, this is going to work perfect. This little topic. I'm 23. I'm 23, and I have 2 kids and a husband. For those that are new, I have a lot of people every day, so I have to at least introduce myself. I don't know about you guys. I'm just gonna say this is me. This is what I experienced. Okay. I had fresh out of high school, or even before I graduated high school, I had all these dreams. Okay. I wanted to be a nurse. I already had my college picked out. I had all these things lined up for me, and it just didn't work out. Okay. I fell in love. I got pregnant right after. I was a young mom, and then I was raising a baby, and it was me and him, and then we ended up staying together for a really long time, and now we have another baby, and we're married, so things have turned out. So while I have been on my own since I've been 18, and I'm not trying to scare you if you're under 18, I'm just wanting you to prepare yourself. And it can still go for you, this topic. So, everybody has dreams, and everybody has expectations, and we don't always meet those. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Brandy. Sometimes we get a little distracted, and sometimes we may reach it a little slow, or, it may take us some time, or we may not even reach it at all. But let me tell you something right now, okay? Let's put on our listening ears, let's buckle up, and let's get prepared for this. You are only going to get out what you are willing to put in. So, me not going to nursing school was nobody's fault but my own. Yeah, God had a little different plan for me, and He kind of veered me in this direction, and I've wanted to go back, and I've wanted to go back, and I've said I am, but we all know, those of you that have been out of school, once you're out, it is really hard to go back. And I tried one time 2 years ago, last January, and I had health issues and I couldn't go, and then I got flunked out because I wasn't attending class, and I don't know, it was a sign to me. I'm religious, so I use, things like that as signs from God. So I just stopped. I just stopped trying to go back. And then I said, well, this semester I want to do it. I want to go back in January. Well, things have also not working out. We are depending on one vehicle, and with him working 30, 45 minutes away, and his hours being absolutely crazy, there's no way that I could do it with its babies and babysitter and him working and us having bills. It's just going to be crazy. So I see that as another sign. Or people could say I could be using that as an excuse. It just depends on how you look at it. So it has taken me a really long time to get back to school, or it has taken me a really long time to reach my goal, perhaps. So reaching your goal seems to be the hardest thing that you're probably ever going to do. It's tough. Life is tough. Things are tough. What you're going to experience is tough. But let me tell you something. So are you. You're tough. You're tough. Because if you go back and you look right now, you have already survived 100% of your bad days. 100% of your bad days, you have survived them as of this moment. And I guarantee you, 10 years from now, you will have still survived 100% of your bad days. You will have 100% success rate. Because this is the way I see it. We've all had a day where we've got bad news. Things didn't go the way they planned, or, something bad happened. And I'm going to use me as an example because everybody knows my story and I'm not scared. We had a house in Tune a couple years ago. And we were paying our rent on time. We were keeping the house clean, doing everything that a landlord would want you to do, okay? And what was it? The air unit went out. And the air didn't work on the central unit. And it was like middle of June, okay? So we call him one day and we're like, hey, the air's not working. Like, all it's blowing out is hot air. But he's like, that's crazy because, the heat don't work either because the element was out. So right before we moved in, he installed a little wall gas heater. He installed one of those. Well, a couple of days went by and we had to stay, gone for the most part because it was so hot in the middle of June. So we had to install an air conditioner, and that took a couple of weeks. Hey, Madison, we're doing some uplifting if you want to stick around. So he had to do all that. Well, long story short, he had to do a lot of repairs in such a short amount of time, and we got the text that he texted us and told us that he was selling the property and that we had to leave. And we had a deadline. I think it was like 3 months from then. And which was plenty of time, 'cause it's 90 days. But Christmas, it was like it was in November that we had to be out. And Christmas was that next month. So having to find a place and all this stuff within, Christmas being right there, it was really hard. So we fell on our face. We literally did not know what to do. Hey, Summer. So all that hard time, I still always kept a smile, always got through it, and I thought my world was coming to an end. I cried, and I just didn't know what to do. Like, it just felt like my whole world was falling apart. Because me and my family were about to be literally homeless. Because we didn't have nowhere else to go. Not that we didn't have family that were willing to take us in, but we did. We ended up making it work. But, it's nothing like having a place of your own, We looked and we looked and we looked. We had like 4 months to look. And we never found anything. So we ended up moving in with some family. So that right there, I used that story. I said all that to say this. Even through all of that, it's very scary. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. I still never lost sight. I still always prayed and thanked God. I still always made sure that I let my family know that I was appreciative. Yeah, I was scared. Yeah, I was terrified. I was hurt. I was upset. I was worried. I was everything that you could think of that a mom would be, knowing the fact that her family is losing her home. I never once stopped appreciating all of the things that God did for me. So that was, we've all had bad times. I've totaled a car and not had any other transportation. Like anything that could possibly be done, as far as like material things, it has been done to me. And I'm gonna tell you why I think it is. Because me, not gonna lie to you, I'm still to this day not your picture perfect Christian. Okay? Good night, Madison. So I tend to take for granted. And I'm being honest with you. This is as honest as I can be. I tend to take a lot of things for granted. Like a car. You don't think about how much we take for granted the fact that we have a vehicle, or the fact that we have a house, or the fact that you have food, or the fact that you have clothes, or the fact that, just the little things like that we take for granted every single day. Think about it. You have this, but you're always wanting this. Like, you have clothes. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. But they're not what this girl has. So to me, that's taking it for granted. That's taking it a little too far. You're not appreciating the things that you already have. You're not thinking about the bigger picture. All right, look at my shirt. I have bleach stains on them. These are hand-me-downs. I have on Walmart stretch pants. I have on knockoff Chacos. It's not that I can't afford them. That's not it. It's just, I don't understand why I would pay $100 and something for a pair of sandals when I can get the same exact thing for like $20. That money that I'm taking for granted on buying these shoes could go towards a weekend away with my kids. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe that's just me being crazy. I don't know. I have mom guilt when it comes to things like that. Like, Steven he always asks me, would you rather have this or have this for Christmas? Or do you want these shoes? Or would you rather have this for Christmas? And I always tend to choose the lesser amount. And it's not because, like, we're struggling. It's just because there are other things that money can be used for. And that's the one thing I do not take advantage of, or I do not take for granted, is money, especially money. But we take for granted, the fact that we have a house because we're always on the go. We never are at home spending time with our family, making memories. We take for granted the fact that we have a kitchen table. And I'm guilty of this, y'all. My husband works third shift. It's just me and the kids. One can't eat from table yet. So a lot of the nights, me and Avery will fix us some supper. We'll go sit on the couch and we'll watch us a movie. We don't have that quality time at the dinner table. That is one thing that we take for granted. And the fact that we have food. And like I said, I'm here to tell you, I'm not the perfect Christian. I do not thank Him for every meal. I do not say my prayers every night. I do not pray, consistently like I should. But I will tell you that I don't care what it is. If somebody tells me, I need you to pray for me, right then, right there, whether it's in my head or it's out loud, a small whisper, I'm going to pray. An ambulance walks by, you can ask my husband, you can ask my kids. We say a prayer. Ambulance walks by. Did I say walks by? Or I meant drives by, not walks by. An ambulance I almost said it again. An ambulance drives by, we're going to pray. We would come upon a wreck, we're going to pray. We see a house fire or something on fire, we're going to pray. Right then, right there, in that moment. It's just what I do. I'm not, like I said, I just do think, I know it sounds a little backwards. Okay, you're going to pray right then, right there, but you don't pray at night, to thank Him. I know it's a little crazy. I know, trust me. I'm still trying to figure out my own madness. But so, there's a lot of things that we take for granted, and we don't realize it until we actually sit back and think about it. And sometimes you don't realize a lot of what you do until you're by yourself, and you start questioning yourself, because you're not going to willingly admit to somebody that you're messing up. I don't care. I know that I fail every day. I fail as a mom. I fail as a wife. I fail as a sister. You can have I fail as a daughter. I fail as a Christian. I fail a lot, and that is okay, because I am human. You are human. You are going to fail. It's not about how many times you fall. It's not about how long you stay down. It's not about how often you fail. It's about whether or not you pick yourself back up. If you're willing to stay down, then it's nobody else's problem but your own. You have to have the thought process, the mindset, the capabilities of picking yourself up. And I know it's hard when you're low and something has hit you, a loss, a personal issue, a financial issue, a family issue, whatever the case may be. It is so hard. But it's so easy for us to waller in self-pity. Think about it. You like the fact, you don't like the situation, but you like the fact that you're able to lay in bed all day and cry, or make everything woe is me. And no, you may not think that you're doing it. Hey, Lily. But you are. If you are walking around with a sad face all day long, you are eating that. You are absorbing yourself in the negativity and in your sadness, and you are excited about the self-pity. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. We all do it. We all do it pretty regularly. I'm one of those people. But you look at what happens in your life. And it's like, I don't know, if for all you people that are in my new page, Brooke Parsons Cox, I made a post last night, and it's like 100 bad things can happen in one day, and you only had 3 good things that happen. You're going to focus on that 100 bad things. Why? Because the number's bigger. It makes sense. It logically makes sense, because 100 is greater than 3. So you're going to focus on that 100. And you're going to push these 3 good things to the side. You could have lost your job or, whatever, but you still have a roof over your head. You still have food on your mouth. You still have clothes on your back. You still have all of these great things. You are still alive. Things that we take granted for every single day. You would rather focus on the negative because it's easier to be wallowing in self-pity than to pick yourself up off the ground and figure out a way to get through it. Focus on the positive. Focus on what you've got good. When something bad happens, don't look at what just happened. Look at yourself or your spouse or your children or whatever, especially if you have children. Especially if you have children. I am not the parent, and I'm not saying that anybody's a bad parent, but when something goes wrong, my children do not know about it. Hey, Sonia. When we lost our house, my kid knew nothing about it. She knew that things were fixing to change, but she didn't know what happened. She didn't know that we were worried. We never showed it. When there were family issues, and I'm just going to say this, I still have family issues, and I caused a lot of them, and I've done what I can to fix it, and it's in God's hands. Hey, Jessica. But here's the thing. My kids don't know that there's anything going on, and they won't. They will not know, because I refuse to let my kids have any kind of worry, to have any kind of fear, or any kind of doubt about whether or not we're going to be okay. Because I want them to know that no matter what we go through, no matter what happens, no matter who's around, I've always got their back. And I'm always going to make a way. No matter what I have to do, Mama is always going to make a way. So, you waller in your self-pity. And you eat it all day long. And you walk around and you're just like, you go to Walmart and you just got this, really peed off look on your face, okay? just walking around and you're just, doing your own thing. Somebody walks up to you and, what's wrong with you? Why do you look so mad? And you're eating. You're waiting for somebody to ask you because you just want to tell them how horrible your situation is. You are waiting to be somebody negative. Thank you, Sonia. Hey, Angel. You are waiting to open your mouth and speak that negative in front of somebody else who may already have their issues going on, but were strong enough to ask you what was your problem. Instead of saying, going to Walmart, everything's going to be okay. God will provide a way. God will provide a way. I don't care if you're not religious. Hang on just a second. Let me see what this says. I have to text my husband back. I really don't know if my phone's charging, y'all. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So, God will always provide a way. You have to tell yourself. You have to remind yourself. I don't care if you put a sticky note on your fridge, on your bathroom door, on your door as you walk out. Once I say now for me, it's every day may not be a good day, but there is something good in every day. I can't read the rest of it because it stopped at there is something good in every day, but I'll read it when I get back. But yes, you were right. You may have had 100 bad things, but there is something good because you're alive. You are here. You are a child of God. And I'm sorry if you don't believe. I'm sorry that if your beliefs are different than mine, but this is what I believe and this is what I'm sticking to. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. That's just how I feel. These are my beliefs. And if you can't respect that, I do ask that you go ahead and unfriend me. Just saying that now. Because this is my religion and there's no change in my mind. You are a child of God, and He is forever loving you. He has the strongest love, and He sees that you're trying, and He sees that you're sinning, and He still loves you. He sees that you're trying to get back up, and He's willing to help you, but you have to seek Him. You have to go to Him, and you have to let Him know, Lord, I can't do this on my own. I can't carry this burden on my own. I'm getting weak. I need you to make me stronger. I need your help. I need your guidance. I need your love. You need it all. And He'll be there. But He's not going to help you while you're over here doing what you do and thinking you can do bad all by yourself. No. Been there, done that. You always, always, always can use an extra set of helping hands. You don't have to ask me for help. You don't have to ask anybody else for help. But you can always seek Him. And He's always going to be there. So you're never alone. You're never going through anything that nobody else has went through. You've already survived 100% of your bad days. Of 100% of everything that you've ever failed at, you've survived. 100% of those days where you thought you couldn't get up out of bed anymore because you just can't handle it. You've survived that. And look at you. You're up out of bed. You're living a life. You spent a whole day on a problem that should only last like 5 minutes. You took a 5-minute problem and made it into a 5-year lifestyle. And you don't have to use those numbers. Those are just examples. You took a problem that should only be worried about for a couple of minutes and made it your life. You invested in it. You fed into it. You became that negative. You became somebody that all they thought about was something's going to go wrong. Or this is what's going on in my life. Why me? Why this? Why couldn't this person happen? Why do they have this? We spend so much worrying about what the negative is. We can't focus on the positive. We can't see the beautiful sunset. We can't see the rainbow through the storm because we're not looking. You can't blame nobody else when you're wallowing around in the self-pity that you created. You can't. And I'm sorry if you think this is harsh, but I'm telling you how it is because that's how I would want it to be given to me. So, you're going through things. We all do. We all do. Every day. We got to get back up. We've already survived the past 100% of things that we've made it through or that we've been through. And I guarantee you, 40 years from now, you're still going to have 100% survival rate through the things that you thought were going to kill you. I can almost guarantee you that 100% of your struggles you will get through. But only if you let it happen. You can stay down all the time you want. That doesn't matter. But you have to get back up. Especially if you have children. You have to be strong. You have to make a way. You have to be positive because you have beautiful babies. You have a roof over your head. You have clothes on your back. You have food in your belly. You have a vehicle. Some people don't have that. No, I don't have the fanciest vehicle. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of our problems with a lot of our things today is jealousy. Whether you want to admit it, if you were sitting and you're scrolling through Facebook and you make the comment, it sure is nice to have mommy and daddy to pay for everything. That's jealousy. Or it sure is nice that Tina goes out and buys a new vehicle twice a year. That's jealousy. Or I sure do wish that I could get me one of them high-paying jobs like Sue down the road. Or one of these days I can have me a nice house like old Jimbo. These are made up names. I don't know. I'm just making them up as I go. That's jealousy. And we have it a lot. And I find myself doing it all the time because I look at all these people around me and they've got this, and this. And I want these things too. I would like to have a new vehicle, yes. I have a 2008 Ford Focus. You know how many people don't have that? Not many. Do you know how many people don't have a vehicle at all? I've been there. I know what it's like to not have a vehicle at all. Sorry, I had to text the husband back. I know what it's like to have to wonder when your next meal is going to be. But I sit here and talk about how I'd love to have a steak dinner every night. I get tired of eating pizza foods and eating pizza rolls and corn dogs. That's my choice though. But I'm just saying. So, that's jealousy. And you're never going to get anywhere as long as you have that great little green monster on your shoulder. You're not. Because you're always going to compare yourself. You're always going to compare yourself to other people and their journey. But I can guarantee you, Tina, she may have 3 new vehicles, but she struggled. I'm sure she has. I know she has. I'm positive she has. She struggled. Everybody struggles. And we all get through it because we all know what to do. We'll forget about it. We'll move past it because that's what we do. We're still here. We're still alive. Things may not be perfect. They may not be what we want them to be. But we're here. We're alive. We're children of God. That's enough. That right there is enough to get you through any day. But jealousy, it is the most horrible thing to want something so bad that you forget what you do have. What do you mean, Lily? Let's dig into that because I'm guilty. Hey Martha, I used to be really skinny in high school, and I've had 2 children, and I'm not anymore. And there's some of these moms on here that bounce back like immediately, and I'm so jealous, and I am constantly thinking, well, I couldn't be like Sue because she lost all her weight after she had her baby. That's jealousy because I birthed 2 babies. I earned my weight. I earned my tiger stripes, and I'm healthy, and they come out alive, and they come out healthy, and they're smart, and they're strong, and they're beautiful. How are you? So that's jealousy. That's still jealousy. Constantly, and it's okay. We all do it. And I'm not bashing you if you do compare yourself to others. It's okay. But we have to stop. You have to quit. Because it's not going to get you anywhere but in a negative spot. Because you're not focusing on the things that you have. The good things that you have that a lot of people don't. There are people jealous of you right now because you may have a vehicle and they do not. There are people jealous of you because they don't know when they're going to eat again, but you have food on your table. There are people jealous of you because you can afford clothes from Walmart and they cannot. They have to get hand-me-downs. There are people jealous of you right now because you are alive, and you have people who are around you that love you, and some people don't have that. So there's always somebody that's going to be wanting more I mean, that's just what we do. We always want the next big thing. We always want bigger and better and shinier and newer. What is that going to do for you? Let me ask you, for all of you people out there that have jealous or have compared themselves, what is that smoking hot body going to do for you? Attract men? Because if that's the kind of men that you want to attract, you don't need that. If they're after you for your body, you don't need that. If they can't love you for what's on the inside, you might as well just stop. That fancy new car, is it going to pay your bills? Is it going to keep you warm at night? Is it going to make sure that you stay alive? Is it going to put food on your table? Is it going to put clothes on your back? No. It's going to put you in debt. And so what? You can afford it. It's still going to put you in debt. Because you can take that $800 $800 a month car note, cut that in half, and buy you an older model car that does the exact same thing, gets you from point A to point B, and take that extra $400 a month and put it back. Spend it on a vacation. Go out and enjoy yourself. You don't have to have the newest of the new. Every year, we tend to buy a new vehicle because we have the worst luck with vehicles, okay? So, I totaled my Cadillac because I got rear-ended, and it totaled it. So, I had that one, and then I got an insurance claim on that one, so I got a truck. And the truck was running, doing great, and all this good stuff, so we bought my car, so that way we could have 2 different vehicles. You know, it was a cheap little cash car. It's got a rebuilt title because it was, you know, it was at one point totaled itself. And so we got it real cheap. It wasn't, you know, it didn't have all these things. Like it didn't have a touchscreen radio. My truck does. It didn't have backup camera. My truck does. It didn't have Bluetooth. It didn't have power seats. It didn't have heated seats like my Cadillac had. And there were so many things that I compared my little Ford Focus to. And it gets me from point A to point B. It gets the job done. 2008, I bought it. I'm not going to tell you the price because I don't like speaking numbers, but I bought it with 75,000 miles on it. And I only paid a couple grand for it. With income taxes now. Income taxes. I'm so bad about wanting a new vehicle. I'm the same way. That is my biggest problem. That's why I'm speaking. And I know it sounds like I'm directing this towards y'all, but I want you to know, like, I really do. Like, I'm hard on Steven right now because our truck broke down and we honestly think that the motor's locked up. So it's just sitting in our front yard and we only have one vehicle. He works 3rd shift. So if I want to go somewhere, if I've got cheer practice or, you know, whatever, that I have to take him to work all the way in Jackson, and we live about 30 minutes away from where he works, 45 tops. We live 45 minutes away, so I have to take him to work, go do whatever I got to do, come back home, wait until whatever time it is that he gets off, and I have to stay awake because I can't hear an alarm. Because when I snooze. So I have to go back out, get the kids in the car, take them back to Jackson, drive them back home, get in the bed, and it's like sometimes 7:30 in the morning when we get to bed. And so we don't typically wake up before noon. So that's, you know, we would like to have that extra vehicle. And I talk about how much, well, the car's just not big enough. But it'll do. I can fit my kids in there. I can't fit nobody else in the back seat, but I ain't trying to ride for nobody else. It's just, it wasn't what I want. And I still would like to have a second vehicle just because I don't want to have to I want to get on a better routine for my kids and my family. Because honestly, I could get a lot more done in the day's time if I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. But we always want the newer, prettier, next big thing. And, you know, I've been there. I've done that. I've done it all. I've wanted it. I've compared myself. I've been negative. I've talked about people. I've downed people. I've hated people. I will purposely start stuff with people on Facebook. I've been known for that. I've got family issues that I've created. I've lost friends because I was a negative Nelly. I did all of these things and caused so much hurt just because I thought it was going to make me feel better. Yeah, that's literally what I thought. And it didn't. It didn't. It didn't. Not at all. So, it hurts looking back at how I was and what I'm becoming. It makes me ask myself, what drove me to that? Jealousy. Jealousy. A year ago, I would have not told you that. It may be, jealous of affection, jealous of attention, jealous of having people like this person. Like, we all want to be liked, right? We all want for people to like us. We all want for people to think that we are a good person. We all want people to be on our side. We all want people to have our back, right? That's what we want so much. So we walk around all the time and we people please. And that is the worst thing in the world that you do, because you change for every person that you people please. Every person that you're trying to get approval by, you're changing each time into that person. Little by little, each time you're people pleasing, that's what you're doing. You are forming yourself to be like that person so that you can be accepted. And that's not good. You are you, and you be you. People pleasing ain't gonna get you nowhere. Not everybody's gonna like you. I'm sorry if you think they are. I'm sorry if you think they do. But not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody is going to accept you. Not everybody is going to always agree with you. And not everybody is going to be on board with you. There are things about you, whether it be your decisions on how you parent your children, that is a big one. Your decisions on how you keep your house clean, your decisions on how you choose to speak, whether you're a vulgar person or you're a clean talker. They're still going to talk about you, because if you're vulgar, they're going to say, oh my gosh, she's got the mouth of a sailor. But if you keep it clean, then they're going to be like, oh, she's a goody two-shoes. So, either way, you're going to get talked about. That's just what happens. They're going to judge you on everything. Your religion, how you dress, what you drive, what you look like, how much you weigh, your size of your house, the size of everything, the what you have, what you do have, what you don't have, what you do and what you don't do. It's going to be judged by somebody. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. So stop trying. Stop. Give it up right now. Don't do it because you're worried if Sue is going to judge you for it. If that's what you want to do, do it. If it can change somebody's life, if it's true, if it's positive, then do it. If you're not talking about anything that's positive, true, or what was the other one? Change somebody's life, then you're wasting your breath. It's not of any importance. So stop trying. Just stop. That's the one thing I will ever tell you to stop trying to do, is to people please yourself. When it comes to your dream, that's a different story. You never stop trying. And you can never ever fail at chasing your dreams unless you completely give up. You want to know when I failed at my dreams? When I gave up. I'm still failing right now because I gave up. But my dreams are slightly altered now, so you're going to go through that. You're going to go through hard times. And it's going to be hard. And it's going to be so hard that you want to give up every single day. Especially if you're wanting to go to college or back to school. Especially if you're wanting to go to nursing school. Just saying. It's going to be difficult. And there are going to be times where you're just like, I can't do this. It's not going to be easy. No one ever said it was easy. No one said that everything that you do in life will be easy. It's not. But it's worth it. Look at what nursing school can do for you. You're helping others, you're saving lives, and you're providing for your family. It's a decent little check there, okay? Just saying. But you have all of these goals. You fail at them. You talk about yourself. And, there may be some people like me that graduated from high school and said that they were going to go to college but never made it. But they keep saying, oh, I'm going to go back. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. My best friend, a couple months ago, we were having a discussion about me going back to school, and I told her, I said, I feel like I'm failing at life. I feel like I'm at a standpoint. I feel like I am stuck here. Excuse me, I have to go get my water. My mouth is getting dry. I have a messy counter, so don't look at it. I'm going to keep you from looking at it. I have stuff all over my counter because I was just being a fat pig. I said, I feel like I'm at a standpoint. I feel like I don't know what to do with my life. I'm stuck. I don't have anything to show for my kids right now because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't have a job. I don't want to work at McDonald's, and I don't want to work, at anything like that. Not knocking people that do, but that's just not the choice of job that I would prefer. So, I'm taking a little bit longer. And she said, and it's okay because you're still young and you still have time. It doesn't matter how slow you take it, as long as you don't give up, as long as you do not stop, as long as you keep trying and you keep that vision ahead of you, then you're doing good. You're doing better than a lot of people. Success does not have a expiration date. It doesn't have success. What was it? Oh my gosh, I wish I would have started with this instead of ending with it, because I just said it but I didn't write it down, because I was like, oh, remember that. No, I don't. What was it? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I hate when this happens. There is no deadline for success. That was what it was. There is no deadline for success. Did you know when I was in nursing school, there was a woman that told me she was 54 years old, and she was in nursing school, guys, nursing school. She didn't give up. She took a little while, but she didn't give up. She didn't give up. If you're a CNA and you're working towards going to nursing school, you're still doing it. If you are an LPN and you're wanting to go get a nursing degree, a bachelor's, you're still working. If you are at home sitting on the couch and you're telling yourself you're going to nursing school, you're still doing it. You're still trying. You haven't completely gave up. That is not failure. That's just taking your time, I guess. So, are there any questions? Is there anything that you want to be talked about? Anything that maybe you've experienced? Anything that you have issues with or problems with? I know this is a late live, and I'm sorry. I usually don't do these, but I had it on my mind, and if I went to sleep, or if I didn't say it right then and write it down, I was going to be in trouble. So, I'm going to give you a few minutes while you're thinking or typing or whatever, because I know that by the time you type it and write it and send it, it takes it a few minutes to jump on my screen, so I'm just going to wait. So if there's anything at all that you want to be talked about, something that you went through, or, you know, something that you are going through, or if you know somebody that's going through it, you can put it in the comments, and I'll just get to talking about what I was going to talk about until I see it. So, like I said at the beginning, I'm not an expert. I do not get paid for this. I had no kind of training. I had no education in this. This is all based off of personal experience. This is something that I'm very passionate about. I'm very, very, very passionate about. And there's a lot of reasons behind that. And if you watch the beginning of the video, for those of you that jumped down closer to the end, it'll tell you a little in depth about why I am doing what I'm doing. I got closer to God. I got closer with a lot of things, and I changed my mindset, and for the better. I'm not the same negative person that I used to be, and I'm excited to say that. For those of you that don't know, I have started a group, or no, it's not a group. It is a public business page, because I'm trying to brand myself as a motivational speaker. It is called Brooke Parsons Cox. If you do not already like that, and you enjoyed what you see tonight, go ahead and head on over there, drop it, or like it, follow it, read the post, read the about, that way you can get a feel of what you're getting yourself into. A lot of you know that I do sell makeup. There will be no discussion of any kind of products ever in that group. Nobody else can talk about selling, nobody else. We may get into something that I experienced in my business, but I will never try to post anything about selling makeup or anything like that. So go ahead and get over there when you get off and like that page. Share it with your friends, because you never know what somebody else is going through. You never know when somebody just needs to hear what somebody else has to say. And it feels like sometimes since I've started this, every time I do a video, or every time I go live, or every time I make a post, I get at least 20 messages that say, I feel like that was directed straight to me. I needed that. Thank you. And that right there is why I do it. Not for the recognition, not at all. But for the time, for changing somebody, for helping somebody, for being there for somebody, for, whatever they need me to be. So now I have a list of people on my papers, in my binder, my little special binder that I got, of people that request to have them motivational motivational messages each morning. So what that entitles, if you sign up for a motivational message each morning, sometimes you'll get it between the hours of 5 and 9. Sometimes maybe even a little later, but it tends to be around 5 and 9. You get a message from me, personalized. It's different for every person. I do not send the same message to every person. So if I have like 15 people on my list, that's going to be 15 different motivational messages that I have to send out. And you'll have a picture coinciding with what I was talking about as far as motivation goes. So you can ask to be subscribed to the daily motivational message. I write you down. I get you signed up. We also do requests for if you ever need somebody to talk to and you want it publicly to be addressed, you can make it anonymous. You just hit me in my inbox and say, hey, I'm dealing with this right now, and I really just want to know what you would think, but I would rather you do it on Facebook Live. That way, if somebody else has the same issue, you can have an answer. And you can say, I would like to leave me anonymous. And what I would do is I'd say, this is an anonymous request brought in today or whatever day, and, this is the request, this is what they're going through at the time. I'm going to give you some thoughts on that in case there's anybody else that goes through the same thing or does, or is going through the same thing. You can keep it as private as you want to. I have a message me button or I don't know if it's a message me button or if it's a send a message button on my page. That's always open, and it always says typically responds, I think it's right away or something. I will, unless you message me between the hours of like 9 and 12. I'm not, because I'm going to be asleep. And sometimes it can be between 6 and 12. It just depends. But if I don't get back to you, you can assume I'm asleep, because I tend to always have my phone in my hand because I have a lot of people that I deal with. So if you ever need a question or you ever have a message, you can always message that page, or you can message me personally. I'm the only one on that page, so I'm the only one that will ever see your messages. I'm also working on a blog right now, so I'm getting that up in the works. My YouTube channel, getting that up and running. You can find me on Google. I'm now verified. My mom is a author. Her name is Amy Pilkington, Pilkington. She's on my Facebook. You can look her up if you type in Amy Pilkington author. Click her, and it'll pop her name up, and all of her books that she's written and all of the awards that she's received, her different accounts and stuff like that. And then below it says, spouse, and then it's my dad, and then it says children, and then you see me and my siblings, and then you click on my name, and then there I am. And we're just waiting for a couple of things to come through for everything to be listed under me as like my spouse, my children, and then hopefully soon it'll say motivational speaker. Right now, my Instagram, if you do not follow me on Instagram, you'll have to ask me for the name, because I don't follow. I made it in high school, so it's a little retarded. But I think, you can look up Brooke Parsons Cox, and it'll say it. It's the same as my business page. They're linked together. It is public now, so anybody can find it, and anybody can follow me. That will be more motivational stuff, too. I'll still intertwine some selfies and kids and stuff like that on it, just because, I have a lot of people on my Instagram that just follow me on Instagram and not on Facebook. So that's that. And I think if you look on it, it says like public speaker or public figure or public speaker or something like that. It says it on my Instagram. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get this journey started, because I love helping others, and I love people knowing that they are not alone, that I've been through a lot. And I'm not doing this for the publicity. I'm not doing it for the recognition. I'm doing it just simply because I wish that there would have been somebody live on my Facebook at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time it is. At 12:57 in the morning, talking about what I was going through. Because about that time, people are laying in the bed, and they've got their phones in their hands trying to unwind. So why not get your mind right? So let me just tell you these. We're going to end it in a second. So let me just end with this. Thank God every day. I don't care. You don't have to do it at night. You don't have to do it in the morning. If you think about it, thank Him. You could be sitting here right now. I want to thank you, Lord. Just thank you for everything. Just thank you. Thank you. That's all you have to do. Thank you. Look up to him. Thank you. He knows. He knows and you know. That's all that matters. You don't have to go to church to be a Christian. I'm just going to let you know. You don't. You can go to church and be a Christian, but you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. Just saying. So, you know, thank him. Remember the little things. Stop taking things for granted. Stop comparing yourself. Don't be jealous. Don't give success a deadline. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't dwell on a bad day, because you've already survived 100% of your bad days, and you're going to survive 100% more. You're going to do it. You're going to get through it, because you are good. You are worthy. You are enough. You are brave. You are strong. You are beautiful. And I love every single one of you, because you have helped me get here, and you have helped me by doing this right here, by you watching me, by you sharing me on your wall, by you shouting me out because I made your day, by you taking the time to watch me, to like and comment, to interact with me, to like my page, to follow me, to follow my story. That is what's got me here, and I couldn't have done it without y'all. So, with that being said, always keep a smile on your face, because there's nothing too strong. Or that's not what I meant to say. Yes, you can. I actually encourage that you do, because I want other people to see it too. And there are a lot of people that you may be friends with that I may not be. So, yes, absolutely. I encourage everybody to share this just so they can see it. Remember, nothing is too big. There is nothing that you cannot handle. Ooh, that made me brighter. What? There is nothing too big for our God. So always ask him for help. If you're too prideful, too proud, too whatever to come to me or to another friend or another family, always seek him. He's always there. He's always in your corner. He has the most amazing love. It's unconditionally. He sees you sinning and he doesn't care. He's there for you. He sees that you're struggling and he doesn't care. He's there for you. Why? Because you're his child and he loves you and he's going to be there for you. And in your eyes, you're failing. In his eyes, you're trying. You're being you. So if whatever you do, through whatever goes on, always thank him. If you're having a bad day, look at the fact that you're still alive. Look at what you do have. And you'll have a better day, I promise. If you stop focusing on the negative and look at the positive and take the things that you have in life and hold them very close to you and be thankful for them and enjoy them, then your life will go a lot smoother. So if you have any questions, my inbox is open. I'm going to be up for a while because I still have to go get the hubby from work. If you have anything that you want to talk about, if you ever have anything that you need to hear, or any problems that you're going through that you need advice on, my inbox is always open. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Share so somebody else can get this video, because somebody out there needs to hear this. Somebody out there needs to know that they are loved and they are not alone. So this is for them. This is for you. I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. You have been blissfully motivated.